Hey everyone, it's Carrie Flatlaw here at Remax Real Estate Lethbridge and carrieflatlaw.com. I still have my seatbelt on. So Friday Fire is back. I've been away for I think about 9 months now to run in the provincial election. So we had a really great run. We got almost 11,000 votes. And I thought that that was a great jumping off point for what I want to talk about today, which is momentum and how that matters to your success or failure or misery in buying or selling a house in Lethbridge. So why does momentum matter and what is momentum? And you know, we saw this in the election, and I see this in business, and the parallels are pretty interesting. But momentum is the ability to keep moving forward even when things are difficult. And you know, buying or selling a house, you're starting from a standstill, right? You're thinking about making a move, you're thinking about making a big life change, but you're sort of starting from a standstill. You're starting from inertia. And so that's what makes it so scary. That's why when you call a realtor for the first time to get that process going, you're kind of freaked out because you have no momentum and you're about to make a big change. And once that momentum gets going, and if you have a good realtor and you have success, you know that you get on that train and you probably won't stop and you will make a big change in your life. So you know, I liken momentum and the importance of momentum to a hockey game, right? So if you're watching an NHL hockey game, it's exciting, the crowd is cheering, there's lots of action on the ice, there are challenges for the players, things may not be going the way they want them to, but can you imagine if halfway through an NHL hockey game, you know, one team just said, you know, we're kind of having a rough day, so we're just going to take a break and we'll finish the game tomorrow. Like, can you imagine the outrage and the frustration for people if they just stopped the game halfway through because something went wrong and they just didn't feel like playing anymore because they were tired, you know? And so it's very similar to the journey of buying or selling a house or any other difficult challenge that you want to take on in life. Without momentum, you simply won't make it because there will be bumps on the road, there will be challenges, and you have to find momentum. And I really do believe that it is a realtor's job, it is my job to keep the momentum going, because if there's no momentum, you will lose time, you will lose money, and you will not make effective decisions. So I kind of have 3 things I always hold on to keep momentum going in a process like buying or selling a home, or when I'm trying to work toward a difficult goal. The first thing that's really important is integrity. So if you are not in integrity, then it will be very hard to stick to the process and keep going when something goes wrong. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to be true to yourself. You have to trust the people that are helping you and be acting in integrity all of the time. As soon as you're out of integrity, if there's even one little bump on the road, your momentum will start to wane and the whole process will eventually come to a grinding halt because people aren't fully invested and committed to what's going on. Attitude flows from integrity. And you have to keep a positive attitude even when things are difficult. You will lose momentum if you let things get to you to the point where you start projecting a negative attitude toward people around you. Words are things, so you start saying things that are negative, you will bring people down, and it becomes very hard to stay focused on a goal, especially if it's a challenging goal. And the last thing is action. You have to continuously stay in action. And I know it sounds obvious when we talk about momentum, but if there is not continuous action to move forward, then you will lose momentum. So a good example in real estate is you put your house on the market and you have a lot of activity for, say, the first week, 7 to 10 days. You have a lot of showings, and then the activity starts to slow down. How do you keep momentum in that situation? Well, as your realtor, I should be in contact with you. I should be in contact with the other realtors or buyers that have been looking at the house, and we should be constantly making decisions and course correcting on how to move forward to get your house sold on time for the most money and without losing your mind. So you have to constantly stay in action, and it has to be forward action. So integrity, attitude, action, that's how you keep momentum going. Without momentum, the journey starts to slow down. People start to get frustrated. You start to lose that feeling that you're moving forward toward a goal that's very important to you. And ultimately, it will cost you time and money because you won't be making effective decisions. You know, especially with buying or selling a house, if the process loses momentum along the way, by the time you get toward the end of that journey, if you even get there, some people just drop out when they lose momentum. They just take their house off the market, or they just say, you know what, this isn't working. I don't want to buy a house anymore. Well, they still need to buy or sell a house, but they've lost momentum and they're frustrated, and people have an upper limit to how much frustration and fatigue and, you know, lack of momentum, I guess, that they can tolerate. So momentum is super, super important when you're buying or selling a house, and really in life when you're trying to work toward a really difficult goal. So that's Friday Fire for today, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.